Be extremely honest. So not to, if you don't have an answer to something today, that's fine. I think as a leader, if you let your team, if you open up to your team and if you show them your real fears and your challenges and what you're thinking, I think you get a much stronger team out of it. So, and it leads to a much healthier culture. We launched in Pakistan in January 2017, so it's been about 15 months or so since we were live. There isn't really any other major player in the market in this space. I mean, international services like Netflix are available, but they have fairly low penetration. So I think we were the first major player to set up shop locally. Previously, I've also had the experience of setting up Daraz from scratch. So I think I was the first guy on the ground, and I went through the entire process in that. I think because of which, I think I was a lot more aware of how to go about things. I think it's a fairly straightforward process, to be honest. I think once you understand what needs to be done, I think some confusion generally is around regulation. So I think when you're going in a new line of work, you need to be clear on what the regulation in your country is. Very often with new businesses, the regulation is I won't say it's weak, but it's not really specific enough for you to understand where you fall within that regulation. I think when you talk about infrastructure, I think it's a mindset thing. I think you can call it a challenge or you can call it a reality of the market. When we were setting up Daraz, lack of payment was a challenge, but it was also a reality. So instead of saying, hey, waiting for someone else to solve the challenge, we worked around the reality and we brought in cash on delivery, and 90% of deliveries used to be cash on delivery. As far as iflix is concerned, I think broadband speed is a challenge, sure. So I think in all emerging markets, even in Pakistan, I think internet speed is good, but it's intermittent, so it's not consistently good. So from day one, we've had a feature which is download now and watch later, which means that we know everybody does not have access to high-speed internet all the time, but most people do have it at some point in the day or in the week. I feel like the mindset of being willing to learn and try new things is very important. I think it's also very important to have analytical ability. So I think having that problem-solving skill. So we have a problem, being able to analyze a problem and break it down into solutions that can be very easily explained in simple, actionable steps. I think those are the two most important things I would say. So in iflix, from day one, we've had an open office where as the country manager, I sit on the floor like everybody else. I think in my last role at Daraz, we had a very similar culture. I think with startups, what's very important part of being a startup is you have to have fast decision making. So what happens in an open office is, in a regular company, if the guy who had, say, business development in my company, if you need to talk to me, he may come to my secretary and be like, oh, I need to speak to Fariz, and she'll say, oh, you can come in for a meeting 2 days at 2:30 p.m. day after tomorrow. But in this setting, somebody will come up to me, he's like, do you have a minute? We'll go have a chat, we'll make a decision. And if we make a decision really fast, and you know what, 2 days later, if he thinks it's the wrong decision, we will change it. So I think that fast decision making I think the open office is a very good enabler for that. And I think the most important thing is with an open office, as the person running the company here, I feel like by having an open office, everyone's work gets done much faster and the organization manages to deliver more. At a personal level, it may take me longer to get stuff done because I'll have way more people coming to me and asking me questions, but I think that's good overall because the company is achieving more. So I may take longer and spend more time in the day achieving what I need to do, but I feel like the organization manages to deliver a lot more and be more productive because of the fast decision making that the open office allows.